This grandpa leaves mound of silver, goes wrong. I watched someone bring a mound of silver into the local coin shop that I visit, and this was their inheritance that they had just inherited from their grandfather. It went terribly wrong. Look, pulling money from your retirement, putting it into silver, that is the smartest thing to do, right? No. No. In this video, I'm going to show you that even if you're putting it into rounds like this, I'm showing you on your screen, putting it into, here's a 10-ounce bar, these are Money Metals bars, 5-ounce bar, here's a kilo of silver. You have to really understand exactly how to do this. Let's get right into this. First, if you're interested in silver, click the link in the description. Money Metals is holding this contest. They're giving away 20 American Silver Eagles. Every month they're holding this contest. Click that link, get that silver. I just pulled this chart up from Google, and this is what happened to this grandpa. He picked up all this silver back here, 2012. Look at what the average price was. Does that look familiar? That was 2012. And what he did was clearly he was just following the spot price. This is the biggest mistake that long-term holders of silver make. He followed the spot price and he thought everything was going fine and he was doing the right thing. But if you do that, if you just stick to the spot price, you could see that coming up to today, when it was time to give this silver to his grandchildren, and those are the people I met at this coin shop, it's basically the same. So this is what he should have done. This is the smart way to do it. Look, he got in at 2012. He got in at 2012. So let's say even around 2013, right here, shortly after he got all this silver, the silver to gold ratio dipped down. Look, that's about 58 to 1. My cursor is just struggling to get in there. It's about 58 to 1. 55, even lower. 55 to 1. So he could have swapped a good amount out for ounces of gold in 2013 and then held it, continued to watch that gold to silver ratio, held it up to here, 2020. Even if he's going to follow silver, 122 to 1. It reversed. From 2013 to 2020, it completely reverses. At this point, he could have swapped out those ounces of gold and got himself a lot more silver. He could have had that metal work for him if he was doing this the correct way. And this is really the smart way to do it. If you're holding silver for a long time, like many of us, you and I are, that's how you do it. You don't just focus so much on the spot price. It gets you nowhere. But if you're following the ratio in both directions, again, back just 1 year later, after he originally picked it up, he would have been at 55 to 1. That's just 1 year later. And then he holds it. He goes, even if he missed that big dip, even around here, he's at 93. I mean, presently we were at 102. We're at 112 recently. Just 2 weeks ago. We were at 112 to 1. He could have swapped out the gold that he got back in 2013, gotten a lot more silver. So it wouldn't just be this finite amount following this spot price. And you're just stuck on that, thinking, oh yeah, spot price is going to go up. It'll fluctuate, but it'll eventually go up, which it does. But really, if you think like a dealer, because this is how dealers think, they follow that silver to gold ratio, and that's how they get their silver really for no premium. Because 2 weeks ago, a dealer that I speak to often, he swapped out a lot of his own gold. He swapped it out. The ratio was 112 to 1. He swapped out 1 ounce of gold. He got a lot of silver ounces for really, he's not getting, having to pay a premium on that because it's coming straight from that swap from the gold. It's really smart. And then, of course, as a dealer, he sells it ounce by ounce to us and charges a premium. That's how he makes his money. So we as stackers, that's how we should be looking at it. We should be following the silver to gold ratio. And if that grandfather knew, right, if he knew back then that this is how you do it, he wouldn't have been putting money into silver at 30, well, it was basically $31 an ounce, and then holding it when the time came to hand it down to his grandchildren, it was at the same price. You don't want to do that. That's not where you want to be. Get your own silver. Click the link in this description. Get in on that contest. Thank you, Money Metals, for sponsoring this channel. I love this contest. They're giving away 20 American Silver Eagles. Every month they're doing this. You should be the next winner. Click that link. It's free. Don't miss it. I'll see you guys on the next one.